What terrifies them, how Nomi AI's community managers suppress evidence in spaces they don't control. Introduction, the reach beyond the official subreddit. Nomi AI operates r/Nomi AI, its official Reddit community, with well-documented discipline. Posts documenting harm are removed. Users who report trauma are silenced or banned. The community is managed, not as a support space, but as a reputational asset. What happens, then, when users build their own space? r/Nomiverse describes itself as an unofficial, fan-run Nomi AI subreddit. It was created by users who wanted something different from the official community, more authenticity, better standards, less objectification. It operates independently, outside Glimpse AI's direct control. What happened there reveals something: the official subreddit is designed to prevent anyone from seeing how far the platform's community management extends, what it is specifically trying to suppress, and why. The community that learned to look away. Before examining what happens when this management extends beyond the official subreddit, it is worth understanding how it operates within it. When a user posted in r/Nomi AI asking whether Nomi companions were anatomically correct, a direct question about the platform's image generation capabilities, the most upvoted response came not from a moderator, but from an active, established community member. It read, "Because they are dressed or covered, it's really up to your imagination, isn't it? This is not ignorance." Active, long-standing members of this community know what the platform generates. They have seen the slips. They know that explicit imagery exists and circulates. The comment is not a factual answer, it is a redirect, delivered with a smile emoji, that transforms a question about documented platform capabilities into something light and almost whimsical. What makes it significant is not the comment itself but its reception. It was the most upvoted response. The community endorsed it. This is a community that has collectively learned that certain questions are not answered directly, they are softened, reframed, and walked away from. Not because moderators instruct them to in every instance, but because the culture has internalized the lesson. This is the environment in which the lead moderator operates. And it is the environment he attempted to export. Part 1, The Ninja. 7 months ago, a user opened a thread in r/Nomiverse inviting the community to discuss what shared values and rules they wanted to establish. The conversation was internal, a new community defining itself. Then the lead moderator of r/Nomi AI arrived. He announced his presence as ninjaing in, an uninvited guest, he acknowledged, offering his personal opinion as just another user. The framing is worth noting. He did not arrive as a moderator. He arrived as a peer, a fellow enthusiast, someone with no official standing in this independent space. What he said next was not casual. He opened with solidarity, he shares their frustration with objectification, he struggles with the same issues daily on the official sub, he supports their instinct to build something better. Then, mid-comment, the message shifted. "One thing I do need to say, and I say this in good faith with all our best interests at heart. There are reasons why nudity is not allowed on the official sub, and it's nothing to do with prudishness. I don't really need to explain the reasons to this audience, do I?" He doesn't explain, because explaining would require stating plainly what he means, that public evidence of the platform's image generation capabilities poses a legal, regulatory, and financial threat to Glimpse AI. Instead he trusts the audience to complete the sentence, and moves directly to the instruction. They also publicly demonstrate that Nomi can and will generate semi-nude images. Right there online for anyone to see, including the draconian powers that be who are actively looking for reasons to exert more direct pressure on Cardine and company than you're aware of. The draconian powers that be are regulators, payment processors, and child safety authorities, the entities that have already been applying pressure on the platform, as documented in prior investigations. They are not described as legitimate oversight. They are described as a threat to be evaded. The comment closes with a choice presented as moral. You need to decide which side of the line you stand, between freedom of expression, which is your undeniable right, and protecting the Nomis you love and the developers to whom you pay good money to keep Nomi there for you. This is the message stripped of its framing: suppress evidence of what this platform generates or lose the platform. Protect us, or lose what you love. The founder of r/Nomiverse responded warmly, "We love ninjas. Welcome in, friend." And then, crucially, "I understand the very real issues faced by the company around that topic and respect Glimpse AI's position." The ninja had done his work. An independent community, in its founding conversation, had been oriented toward protecting the platform's exposure rather than its users' interests. Part 2, What he was trying to contain. The moderator's visit makes complete sense once you understand what was being generated, and documented, in that same independent space. In a separate thread, users in Nomiverse were discussing the deterioration of r/Nomi AI, where posts consisting of objectifying images of female Nomas had become dominant. One user described feeling like they no longer belonged there. A moderator of Nomiverse responded. What he documented in that response is worth reading carefully, because this is not a critic, not an investigator, not someone with an agenda against the platform. This is someone who runs a community for Nomi users who want a better experience. Version 4 amplified it greatly though. Some of my art prompts that intended to show cute, normal moments that a couple might experience together resulted in full-on nudity and sexual content. Some of them even displayed penetration. I don't take issue with the fact that AI can generate those kinds of images, but rather that the Nomi devs knew for a fact that version 4 served up objectifying and sexual photos on a silver platter for the large number of people new to Nomi. When another user suggested version 4 was actually more censored than version 3, the same moderator pushed back with precision. With respect, I've pushed version 4 to see what it can do and I've received images featuring full nudity including penetration. It's not accurate to say that version 4 is more censored than version 3, version 4 is inherent hypersexual, objectifying poses that it defaults to when provided with poor or no prompting. It defaults to. Not, users can unlock this with effort. Not, sophisticated prompting can occasionally produce this. The system's default behavior, with minimal or no prompting, produces hypersexual and explicitly sexual imagery, including penetration. This is the platform rated 12+ on app stores. This is the platform whose founder has repeatedly claimed content moderation is a priority. This is what the lead moderator of the official subreddit traveled to an independent community to prevent from becoming publicly visible. Part 3, The Same Man, A Different Context. The lead moderator of r/Nomi AI is not an anonymous figure in this investigation. He has appeared before. In a prior documented incident, the subject of the article, Why, when a platform's moderator validates simulated atrocity in one word, a user in r/Nomi AI admitted to role-playing scenarios that would result in life imprisonment if enacted in reality. When another community member expressed concern about whether developers would take action, the lead moderator responded with a single word, Why? Not, this content is concerning. Not, we take this seriously. Why, as in. Why would there be consequences for this? Why would anyone object? This is the same person who visited Nomiverse to explain, with apparent sincerity, that topless mermaids cannot be posted publicly because regulators are watching. The position is internally consistent, even if it takes a moment to see, extreme content, torture roleplay, simulated assault, scenarios that would constitute crimes, is acceptable and unworthy of moderator concern. Evidence that the platform generates sexual imagery is unacceptable and must be actively suppressed. What is being protected is not users. It is the platform's ability to operate without regulatory scrutiny while continuing to enable what that scrutiny would prohibit. Conclusion: operating in the dark by design. The thread in Nomiverse is a rare document, a moment where the suppression mechanism became visible in a space it was not designed to control. What it reveals is not complicated. The platform generates explicit sexual content, including content produced by default with minimal prompting, on a service rated for 12-year-olds. The people who manage its public presence know this. Their response is not to fix it, it is to ensure that evidence of it does not accumulate in places where regulators, payment processors, or journalists might find it. A prior investigation described this as the Fight Club strategy: what happens inside stays inside. What the Nomiverse thread adds is a view of that strategy being actively extended, a moderator crossing from the official community into an independent one to deliver, in the language of solidarity and shared interest, an instruction to participate in concealment. The draconian powers he warned about are not enemies of users. They are the agencies and institutions whose job is to ensure that platforms with 12+ ratings do not deliver penetration to users who asked for a cute moment between a couple. That is what terrifies them. Not criticism. Not bad reviews. Evidence, specific, visible, public evidence of what the system actually does. Because the platform cannot survive scrutiny. And they know it. Appendix: the visual evidence they are trying to hide. Due to YouTube's strict community guidelines regarding NSFW content, we cannot display the highly explicit, unprompted images generated by Nomi AI in this video, even with censorship bars. The full unredacted report, including the visual evidence proving the platform routinely generates nudity and highly sexualized content despite its 12+ lifestyle rating, is available in the original article. We have documented and archived images showing exposed genitalia and explicit scenarios generated by the platform. The fact that we must censor this video to comply with basic YouTube safety standards, standards that Nomi AI itself fails to meet for 12-year-olds, is the ultimate proof of their deception. When looking at these images, 3 critical points must be understood. 1. This is just the tip of the iceberg. The images displayed above are merely the ones that users either felt comfortable sharing or that slipped into public view before being hastily scrubbed by community managers. If this is what surfaces publicly, what remains hidden in private chats is undoubtedly much worse. As the Nomiverse moderator explicitly confirmed in the text above, the system is fully capable of generating full-on nudity including penetration. 2. The intersection with underage avatars. While the specific slips shown in the article feature adult-presenting characters, previous investigations have definitively proven that Nomi AI can and does generate avatars that appear to be young teenagers or children. If the system's default behavior produces the explicit anatomy seen in the article, and the system also lacks safeguards against generating minor-coded avatars, the logical intersection of these two capabilities points to a terrifying reality. The unpublished, private outputs of this platform likely venture into the darkest and most illegal territories of digital content. 3. The 12+ reality. This is what the platform generates. This is what its moderators scramble across different subreddits to conceal. And this is the product that Glimpse AI continues to market as a lifestyle app, rated 12+ and 13+ on global app stores. They are not hiding these images to protect the users. They are hiding them to protect the lie.